Ange, how are you? What are you doing? I'm doing good. I just been busy. I'm like, I'm not tired, but I'm looking forward to resting a little bit on Sunday. Hi, everyone. Make sure you like the stream. That's funny. Hi, Ling. Good morning to you. Hi, Jess. How's it going? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's sometimes YouTube sends out the notifications at like random times. So it was a notification that I was on. It just sent it out late. It does that to me too. Hi, AJ. How are you? Not public smoke. A spokesperson. Just FYI for everyone that's here, I'm not gonna be on here long. The latest I'm gonna be on is 10:30, 11. And all right, let me know what happens. All right, Jess, let me start your channel. How was you guys' day? Nah, IJ, too big you to it. I'm just showing what I'm saying. No, that was funny, IJ. Just showing what I'm saying. Yeah, adjacent. A pastry shop. That sounds so good. Hi everyone, whoever's coming in, how are you guys? Oh my God, I got a song for you, Jess. um, it's Tyrese, Sweet Lady. Jay know the song. It's a good song. Make sure you listen to it. So here goes your message. I'm here thinking and thinking. I'm serious about us. I hope you know that. I want this for everything with you. You're constantly inspiring me physically, mentally, and spiritually. Sometimes I don't know what's happening to me because I find myself doing things, watching things, and reading things I normally wouldn't be doing. And somehow I know this is connected to you. I want to make sure you know that my offer to you is something serious and meant to last forever. I hope you are ready for that. Something tells me you are. I want to be more loving and fair with you. The distance still bothers me, but I know that will soon be over because I'm coming in to put the work in. To put the work into loving you the way you deserve. I am wiser, confident, and way more open and understanding than I've ever been. You are home to me, and I'm completely in love with you. My sassy, sexy, and sweet lady. That's when the song came in. Yes, I'm still watching you. You have my undivided attention. So that is for you, Jess. Put the fork, girl, he might want to put the spoon in. Oh, let me get you your messages. I'm gonna do the black messages because I feel like we've been doing the orange messages all week for the channel. I'm gonna do black messages. It's really hard for me to express myself. I was wrong for shutting you out. Are you open to talking now? Okay. I am mentally, emotionally, and physically drained. I think this is just more so like because he feels like he's being pulled in these energy, like that energy, like the mentally, physically, emotionally. But I don't feel like it's a thing that where he's drained. I just want to be clear with that. Because he's just trying to understand why is he being pulled to a certain direction, not you, but like to do certain things that he probably was never even thinking about, that just came to him because when your consciously is manifesting, this is what's gonna happen, right? And I feel like he's just like, okay, like I'm just going with the flow, but I don't know where this is coming from. I'm having a hard time moving on from you. Yeah, we know that. This isn't over. I'm coming back for you. Trip by LMA. Damn, this is a good song for that reading. I dream of the day I can experience raising a family with you. Yeah, he's been thinking about marriage. I really like you. I'll always love you by Whitney Houston. My heart will always belong to you. We know that. I'm on my way towards you. So that is for you, my little lover girl. right, let's go to IJ. Hi, everyone that's coming in. Like the stream. Donations are open. Did you guys get the notification? I didn't get the notification. Like on my other account. You did? Okay. Oh, yeah, IJ. I did a quick live for the memberships. It was like just quick for quick announcements. So this weekend is probably going to be a little hard for me to like get anything outside of what I already have planned done. My week has been crazy. But for sure, like after this SP course, I'm going to put up all those videos. It just takes time to like put the videos together. Not me, but like what I'm using, the program that I'm using. So, but I also want to do, I want to say maybe like Tuesday night, I want to do the affirm for me. So like we'll affirm for each other. We just have to like, we just have to be like unmuted. I'm gonna just like make an offer to like everyone, if anyone that wants to join that's not in those memberships. Because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Last summer I was in a group where we affirmed for each other, and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Shit was like really, to me, I feel like that makes a big difference. Like when people affirm for you, they don't have to, but I know that I've affirmed for people, and their stuff I've seen it come in fast. And that's just my awareness. Like I feel like affirming for each other is a good thing. Especially because I feel like you don't have an attachment to somebody else's desire. All right, let's see. What does Nat want to say? What does Nat want to say to IJ? This girl has been really quiet lately, IJ. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to see what we can get. Because I just feel like empty room. Dragonflies? What are their meaning? Is there a spiritual meaning to the dragonflies? Or is that something you like manifested to see? What does that want to say to IJ? Oh. Okay, cool. Yes. That makes sense, yeah. Remember, you don't have to focus on it, IJ. Just remember, like, just um you don't focus, you just don't focus on it, because it'll come. Because when you're focusing on it, you're going to start focusing on the fact that you're not seeing it. I hope that makes sense. Oh my gosh, she is like completely quiet. Alright, what does Matt want to say to IJ? I'm gonna have to pull cards regardless and try to see what we get. Oh my god, no wonder. Whew. Heavy energy today, IJ. We got the Devil and the Five of Swords. So let's see. Alright, the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, the Seven of Cups. Yeah, this girl is in her head. The Seven of Swords, the Knight of Swords. the Five of Cups. You know what? I'm not surprised. This is probably making her even like want to heal even more. I feel like, I mean, as long as you're not affirming that she's healing, you're good. So, because we don't want to be affirming that, we don't want to be affirming anything that's against what we're wanting, because, and I'm gonna talk about this in the SP course tomorrow, like, you don't, the more you kind of keep seeing things, how do you say it, like, how can I say it, the more you start to think of things as a part, like separate from you, or where you have to keep doing in order to get something, or you're like, you know, they have, I don't have it because they're still doing this, right? What happens is you're just creating a waiting. So just want to make sure that I say that, because, you know, I'm a manifestor before I'm a tarot reader. So, but I have to say what's in the tarot reading, and yeah, I will affirm that y'all are just already in a healthy commitment. Like, I don't, for me, and I'll go over it in the SP course, because I feel like, especially we, like me, like, I know when I've like over consumed information, you start to add more and more and more, and honestly, the simpler you keep it to your core, like, you don't have to, like, I remember in, like, and again, I have notes on this, so which we'll go over it like in more detail in the course, where people will have like a billion affirmations for like their desires, whether it's money, you know, career, you know, SP, whatever, right? But if you are in a fully healthy commitment with that person, then there's nothing, you know, they're gonna be calling your phone. Like, you don't need to affirm that they're calling you unless you're manifesting in steps. But again, I'll go over that in the course. But you don't need to have like um the kiss rule. Yeah, like the more, like they'll have like, yo, I'm telling you, I've been to some, like in the group, like where I was at, like where like Nikki and Flossie, like, yo, I'll be like, oh my god, like, and you know, that made me think of, I actually put these notes down because earlier it made me think about it. Like, I remember when we were doing the affirm for each other, where like the person will affirm, and then like everybody else will follow. um she I remember the one time I was like, yo, this person, you could have just, everything that person said could have been left in one affirmation. Because again, if you're in a healthy, loving, fulfilling, commit, you know, relationship, then there, you guys are already in your, as your higher selves, right? You're in the best versions of yourself. If your person is madly in love with you, they're gonna be doing, calling you, texting you, you know, dating you, like, you know, unless you're already in a relationship and those things are not happening, then I feel like you could start to break them down. So yeah, but anyways, I'll go into that in the course, because that's like a lot of information that goes into it. So we're gonna do the course tomorrow. So anybody that has joined, I will send y'all the link. I think I'm gonna just do it through YouTube for like, and just make it a private link and send it to like the people that signed up, and then we'll just go from there. Like, you guys can always go back to it, because there's a lot of information. I feel like the simpler you do it, the simpler it is, because especially if you're wanting to robotic affirm, you don't want to be like having 20 things to remember. That's why I came up with the whole with the I'm perfect, whole, and complete. Because to me, if I'm perfect, whole, and complete, I'm more than enough. I'm confident as fuck. I'm like, you know, I am amazing. I'm, you know, but then there are certain things that I'll affirm here and there. But when I like blanket those, that's like my blanket affirmation. So yeah, but I'll go over everything. I'll go over a lot of details, because that's where I think people get like a little fucked up in, like when they're in their manifestation journey, just doing a little too much. And manifestation is easy and simple. So let me go start your channel reading. Alright, Ange, I got you, and you didn't have to. Let me tap back into that. And I was saying that, IJ, because I feel like the more, and I don't know, Jess, do you agree with this? Because me and Jess kind of, you know what's crazy? I want to, I like my video for like manifestation buddies, I think is like so on point. And I thought like with me and Jess, like we have very, like, because we follow like similar coaches, or like we've come from like knowing similar coaches, or like the same kind of background when it comes to this. Like we have our specific, like, how do you say that, we have our very, I would say 95% of like we believe in the same thing. We may have like a little bit like, there's certain things that Jess may do that I don't do, or stuff that some stuff that I do that she doesn't. Like I know when she told me that she didn't that she didn't have her affirmations recorded, I was like, wait, you don't? Like I was so like, huh? Like I was like, wait, what? So it's like something simple like that, right? That we may not do the same. And not that it's wrong, but most of our core beliefs are the same, like when it comes to law of assumption. And so for you, just like, I'm just saying, like, you feel like the more you simplify things, the easier you flow, right? Maybe that's just my belief. But like the easier you, I feel like the simpler I make things, I don't like to work hard. I'm gonna tell y'all that right now. That's exactly why when I found out that you can manifest like money and like, things so easily, I was like, oh hell yeah, because I don't want to work hard for anything. And when I found myself like overly obsessing, or like when I was trying to do a bunch of things and whatever, I just found myself draining. So, but yeah, we'll, like I said, we'll go into more details. Um, exactly, IJ. Hi, everyone that's coming in. Make sure you guys like the stream, please, and say hello if you're in here. That's when people like start to overcomplicate things. It's just, that's why sometimes I get it when they'll say like just affirm, because I think people start to overcomplicate things, and it's just like, yo, like you're making this a lot harder than it has to be. Like, just stick to one thing, stick to one program. They tell you don't change your affirmations, because a lot of people will affirm some affirmations for like, a few days or a few weeks. Yeah, like in general, like I don't like to do too much. Like, for visualizing, like if it comes, like I now, hell yeah, I can get visuals, like visualizations. I'll just have them, but I think I've always had them. I just don't really get into this thing where I'm like, let me sit here and meditate and try to visualize something. No, I'll let it come to me. Like as I'm affirming, if visualizations come up, I'll stick with it. But I won't like search for it, if that makes sense. Like I know some people will be like, do all of this and do this and do that, and it's just a mess. It's like, yo, no, like, no. I feel like the simpler you make it for yourself, the easier, because we have life that's happening around us. And people got kids, people have jobs, people have, like, other responsibilities. right, Lamb. Now, if you want to tweak your, like, I feel like I know just you tweak your affirmations. Like, I'll tweak mine here and there. It's more like, but when you're constant, there's people that will change their shit like completely, and it's like, no, chill the fuck out, relax, and stop fucking focusing on dumb shit. I know that, like, so when I was under Nikki, like, I still talk to Nikki here and there. Going back to what was said earlier, having that information relationship that kind of covers everything is great, but if it really necessary. Yeah, I feel like if you want to have certain affirmations that you say, so that's what I was gonna say. I was getting into, like, if you have your, I will say, have your, like, when I'm saying, like, have your, they say 3 to 5, right? I like to do no more than 4, mostly 3, right? But what I would say, like, your core affirmations, that those are like your repetition where you're hyper focused on. Those are the ones that not hyper focused, but that you're focused on, right? Then everything else you can address as with those inner conversations. So, like, I'll saturate. I have my specific ones that I saturate, and then I have my little random ones where I'll be like, like, that person is, what's the one that I use, addicted to me. Or like little shit, but to me, I feel like it depends on what's bothering you, but I feel like that, to me, for me, I'm gonna be honest, that to me is if you've already had a relationship with that person. If you've already had an experience with someone where you had a relationship with them, and then, because of these reasons, things broke off, then that's when you start to, like, I feel like, focusing on those things. But if it's a, because if you're, this is the thing, if it's a connection, like one like yours, IJ, you guys have not had a relationship yet, right? Why even address certain things that, to me, you don't need to? Because she may be, remember, we're just doing readings, so we're just connecting to the energy. So the energy could just be you feeling like maybe because things haven't happened, that she needs to heal, or like she needs to enter more in her higher self, right? Where right now you can just choose that version of her that you can experience that's already whole and complete. I hope that makes sense. And again, I'm going to go over that in the course, but I feel like there's, to me, and that's just me, I feel like if you have not had like this is why I said the list is good, right? Making the list of who your person is. So if you feel like, describe your person, how are they showing up? Make that list of how that person is. Once you make that list, that's it. That list exists, and that's what it is, right? They're, they're secure. They're showing up as their higher self. They're healthy. They're healed. They've already done the work. They've how they look. If you don't have a specific person, you just manifest someone out of thin air. Do they worship the ground you walk on? Like, my list is long as shit. Me and Angie did a list on the phone one day. Like, my list is long as shit, and there's some, are they emotionally available? Do they cater to you? Do they like to cuddle? Like, I mean, your list you could add all those wants and needs that you want. Again, forgetting about that person, because at the end of the day, they're going to show up for you anyways. But make that list and then go from there. But I feel like if you have already had an experience, that's when you can tackle like specific things. So like, if you had an experience with someone and let's just say they ghosted you, or no, let's not use ghosted, like you had an experience with someone and they showed up as emotionally unavailable, then right there you can add an affirmation where they show up as, emotionally available. But doing too much for every little thing of the relationship or how they're showing up, that's just doing too much to me. And that's just the way I'm going to teach, because that's the way I feel. I feel like that's just doing too much. And again, that's what the list is for. The list, you create the list of who this person is, how that's why I sent those questions, because that way you know how they're showing up and how you're showing up. and then from there you just focus on the bigger picture, on the end goal, which is what we're supposed to be focusing on, not the little stuff. But that to me, again, for everyone is different, because if you've already had a relationship with that person and certain things happen, then yeah, that's different. Like people will say, like, there's people in marriages that are manifesting their person to be more like to go out more on dates, or like to be a gift giver, or to be more nurturing, or to be more loving. So then, that's when those things are created. um so yeah, I have to change my affirmations to identity based, because my subconscious didn't like a lot of the ones I made up. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, people are not really. Let me tell you something. One thing that I will say, and I've seen this a lot because I was in the same group for almost 3 years. I mean, I still am in that group, but I haven't done the like the actual private group membership lives that they were doing. I actually got out of it like 3 months, like 2 3 months ago, because I feel like there's people on there with way too many limiting beliefs, and what they're not doing, they're so hyper focused on their desire that they're forgetting who the fuck they are. Because to me, it's like you're trying to affirm for someone to be this way, but who are you showing up as, right? What's your identity? Because if you this is the thing, and this is where people get, your identity is your self-concept. I don't care what anyone wants to say. Like, to me, your identity is your self-concept and your power affirmations, right? And your self-love. Because if you're identifying as perfect, whole, and complete, if you're identifying as, an instant manifester, right? If you're identifying as someone who gets catered to, if you're identifying as everyone loves and adores me, everyone caters to me, everyone worships the ground I walk on, everyone treats me this way, right? That's everyone, right? That's how you're identifying. If you're identifying as successful, healthy and wealthy, having the perfect body, the perfect skin, that's why in my self concept, I don't break my shit down to like body, being successful. That's all my self concept. That's who I identify as. And do I say all those affirmations? No. I know exactly what I'm saying when I say I'm perfect, whole, and complete. But I feel like that's where people forget, is their identity. Your identity is your self concept. And I feel like people have like, they've made it so difficult for people to understand that. It's simple. Your identity is your self concept. How you show, how that's, and then there's some people that say your self concept or how you feel about you is not a mirror to the outside world. Yes, the fuck it is, because Angie could tell y'all. Angie, you're still here, right? When we went to the comedy show, look, I'm gonna tell you exactly. Your mind is gonna know what you need, and you have to. And that's why I say you gotta talk how you talk. Like, that's why people be always constantly looking for affirmations from other people. But it's like, no, you gotta talk how you talk. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm abundant. No, I affirm I'm rich as fuck. Whenever it comes up, that's also another thing that I don't really hyper focus on. But all right, Angie, when we went to the comedy show, I don't know if you remember this. Remember that we got there early. Angie could, hopefully she remembers this. We got there early. Remember the guy charged the girls, he told the girls in front of us, well, y'all can enter that show, but it's $10 each. And then I jumped in and I was like, wait, I thought the show started at this time. And he was like, oh no, like first it's gonna be this show. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, how much is it? And then he was like, nah, just don't worry about it. It's free. And then he told the girls in front of us, he said, y'all good, like, it's free. And he only gave it to them for free because he told me it was free. And that's when I really started getting back into consciously affirming. That's one thing I always do. I get free shit. Remember, he told me first, like, he literally, look, Angie's here. He literally told the girls, they were right in front of us. No big distance. I'm right, like, literally, I'm practically standing next to them. And he told them it is $10 each, right? And then I was like, wait, hold on. Like, when I questioned, like, oh shit, like, I thought we was, and he told us, he's like, because he was like, you know how colored people are. I was like, oh, we're too early for colored people time. And we were like joking around. And then he was like, so I was like, oh, well, how much is this show? Because I'm like, fuck it, we'll just watch this show and just eat and stuff like that. And that's when he told me That's when he told me. He literally said, "No, you're good," and then he told the other girls, "Y'all are good. Y'all don't have to pay." But he had already told them they had to pay $10 each, and of course, telling me that I didn't have to, like me and Angie didn't have to pay. Of course, he wasn't gonna charge them. Like where things are booming and money. Yeah, you know what? For me, that was the easy one. I feel like I had never said that in my life either, just. But when I heard it, it clicked, and it felt comfortable. I was like, okay, but like that's one that it clicked to me. And when that's the thing, I'll try affirmations, like I'll repeat them. If I start questioning them, I'll just stop them. Yeah, I literally, like, he literally told me. What was another thing that I got for free right after that? You know what? I had told Jess. I went and picked up some breakfast, and they forgot the cheese on my, I want to say, home fries. If I'm not mistaken, it was like $40 worth of breakfast, right? It was for me and my dad. When I went back in there, I just wanted them to put the cheese, right? Because it's different when you melt it into the home fries than when you just like throw it on there. And you know what he gave me? They added the cheese. Well, actually, he gave me new home fries, and then he refunded me the whole money for the breakfast. I was not even looking for that. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like some stuff, that's what I was telling you earlier, RJ. Don't focus on anything, because I feel like sometimes when you focus on things and if you don't see it, you will start to cause resistance. And you seeing the dragonflies, that's a BBL, birds before landing, and we don't feed the birds. So I'll explain that in the course tomorrow too, what BBLs are and why I would say, like, because you know what, in law of attraction, what they teach you is like, oh, if something better comes in, you take it. No, that's your decision. If you decide that something is better and you'd rather take it, then that's on you. But you stick to what you're wanting, no matter fucking what. Because that to me is law of attraction. That's how I was taught with like Nikki, Sammy, Flossie. Like the BBLs, those are, or like, something better may come in. Let me see. Like the word boom. Yeah. Another one for like my business are flourishing, or like I'm constantly getting orders. Like, it's whatever you feel comfortable with saying. Whatever you say, that's as long as it's for you to get your manifestation and not against it. It doesn't matter. You could just say, I'm trying to think of something stupid. Like, I don't know. I can't even think of anything. I had to make my that my subconscious wouldn't battle me because of the things I had gone through. Yeah, I think that it was like, that's my thing. Whenever, if I do an affirmation and I'll say it, and if my tongue is like trying to fight to say it, I can't, like abundance, like I'm abundant. I don't like to say that. I feel like that's a cheesy ass word. And that's just me. I'm sorry, IJ. Let me get back to your reading. I'm doing a lot of talking. But yeah, too many people are overcomplicating stuff. Like, that's why you gotta be careful who you're watching, because a lot of people, like the whole quantum physics shit. Like, I'm sorry, we shift identities at all times of the day. Like, if I right now I'm talking to you guys, this is my timeline right now. I'm talking to you guys. I'm on YouTube. When I get off YouTube, I'm no longer in that timeline. I'm in a completely different timeline. So that whole fucking quantum physics, and when they get too deep into this bullshit, make it seem like, no, you're in different states all day. Like, let's say I was crying right now. I'm in a state of where I'm crying, right? I'm in that timeline. I'm crying, I'm upset, whatever. But then later on, if I'm laughing and I'm having a great time, then I'm in that timeline. So we're shifting timelines all fucking day long. That whole, like, when they get to try to make it seem like it's something out of this, I just can't. Again, it be given law of attraction. And I cannot stand law of attraction. It's like so overly complicated. And for real, the people that are, and not for nothing, but the people that are into law of attraction and they start with this whole universe bullshit, because God forgive me, but to to me, in my eyes, and I'm not saying the universe is bullshit, but when people get too into this, like, oh, the universe is not gonna do this for you if you're not doing this, or if you're doing too much, and blah 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 blah. Guess what? God created the universe. So at the end of the day, I manifest and co-create with God. I don't give a fuck about no universe doing nothing, because I go directly to the source, the one who created the universe. And I wish people would stop acting like if God didn't create the universe, because that's another one in law of attraction. You know, the universe is gonna test you. No, the fuck is not. You testing yourself. You're testing yourself. Everything is you. And once you're in your God state, and you believe and you trust that you are the God of your reality, then everything falls into place. Oh, God. Yeah, so those are my rants. These are rants that I have with myself too, guys. So don't think it's like towards anyone. These are rants that I have with myself, because sometimes I can be that person, because again, we're logical beings sometimes. And it's like, yo, when people be like getting too, like, they've created different words for everything. I'm gonna tell you something. It's so crazy because the robotic affirming thing got so stuck in my head. But I can tell you this, the first person that I ever saw talk about that was Nikki, and she called it active affirming. And then Sammy named it robotic affirming, and then everybody ran with that name. She was bigger too, so I understand. But it's called active affirming. And what? Let me give you a quick example. In the military, right? In the military, what are the sergeants or whoever that's like, I want to say that's like giving the orders, right, to the people. What are they constantly doing? Giving the orders, right? Is repetition. How do you learn to count numbers? Is repetition, right? And are you sitting there in a meditative state doing this repetition? You're not. Like when you're learning in school and you're learning how to do stuff, you're not in a meditative state. You're just doing it. So when people say, oh, robotic affirming doesn't work, or like, you know, when people say like, oh, make sure that when you're saying prayers that you're putting feeling into it and that you're not doing it out of, man, stop it. Stop it. You can manifest whatever the fuck you want. Even if it's for just pure ego. Like, when you learned your ABCs, what was that? Repetition, right? Did your mom put you in meditative state, or did the school put you in meditative? No, they put you to nap to go to fuck to sleep. They didn't have you meditating. I like to do focus of, like, I like to get into that little meditative state, because that's where I just kind of really just focus on it. And most of the coaches, like, I know that I got that from like Sammy and Nikki and them. But yeah, it's just the repetition, whether it's robotic / active affirming, whether you're doing it in power affirming, whether you're doing it in saturation sessions, or like, you know, focus affirming. Like that's just on, it's your preference. But when people, a lot of people, when they be like, oh, robotic affirming, to me that was just to go against Sammy and her crew, to be honest. But robotic affirming absolutely fucking works. That's how you learn. Like I said, like the military, that's how they learn. They're getting repetitive orders over and over and over. Mind you, while they're probably fucking carrying 200 pounds on their back, and they have somebody yelling at them orders over and over and over and over again. Are they in a meditative state? Fuck no. So yeah, that's my part 2 of the rant. Let me get back to IG's channel reading. Yeah, that's why to me, like, I'm gonna tell you, I studied a lot of people from January till March, that I was like, what in the world is this really going on out here? Like, are you guys really telling people this stuff that kind of like, I was just about something earlier where it was like, so I was in a saturation group, and I was, you know, I liked it, but I feel like whenever people don't go, she just gets in this energy of like, if you're not showing up for yourself, and like, or like, if you're not showing up for yourself, and it's just like, to me, that starts to give cult energy, because just because somebody didn't go into that session that day, that doesn't mean that they're not showing up for themselves. You know, you show up for yourself when you wake up and you just decide this is what it is. Point blank, period. Yeah, yo, when your affirmations, the affirmations are fun. I mean, because you gotta just talk to you. Like, that's why I'm like, girl, I be telling y'all don't know the stuff that I be telling myself because, like I said, I have my little sessions, but then throughout the day, like, there's stuff that I see and do. Um, Mostly saying, because you can't do. Like, the people that say act as if, oh my God. I'm telling you, when I was in that private group, I loved it. They come from like Sammy's group, but with like Nikki and Flossie. Oh my God, the stuff that the people were doing, some of them on there that I used to be like, yo, I gotta get out of here because this is just. So you're supposed to think as if, right? You could act as if, but like you gotta take that like, oh my God, what a real like. That's like a real thin thread. People that will actually do certain shit acting as if like, why are you cooking a meal for two people and you know damn well that second person's not there. Now if you're thinking that, like, I'll joke about that. I'll be like, yeah, just cook for me and my man, but do I have a second plate out there? No. That's just fucking crazy. Or like, there was one where the girls the girl started telling like her family. I'm telling you, some levels of comprehension I don't get, but the girl was telling her family that she got accepted to this college. I want to say it was Harvard, and she's just telling them this, right? Mind you, she's affirming for it. You're gonna get you're gonna get your wish. Your whatever you want to call it, your manifestation. But Miss, why are you telling your mom you got accepted to Harvard? The mom, her family put together a fucking like a congratulatory party. And so again, you're gonna still get your manifestation, whatever. But then now, why would you add that pressure on yourself? Why? Because now you're expected to leave to go to this college, and you haven't even gotten a letter from them. So yeah, the acting as if that they teach too, crazy. That's just doing too fucking much. Like that's going way past the Lulu phase. Like way past it. That's just, yeah, insane. Or there was another one too where she told her friends that she was like in this relationship with this guy, right? But not playing around. Like she literally told them that. So I think it was like a couples retreat or some shit, and then now she doesn't have her person because what the fuck, sis? Like, you're not supposed to do shit like that. Oh my God, there was another one. This one, she wasn't in the group, but there's the story they told us where she actually sent out, y'all, wedding invitations. Fucking wedding invitations. Yo, I swear, they've told us so many stories where I was like, yo, people are crazy. That's just crazy. I be, I be, I be serious when I be saying I'm gonna go work out. I'm getting ready for my wedding, but y'all know what the fuck I mean by that. Like, actually doing that, like creating, like, do that shit on Pinterest, right? Like, do that shit on Pinterest, but don't be fucking bringing that into the 3D. All right, so I got your message, IJ. I ain't gonna lie, she's kind of draining today. I feel like she gets in these energies where she just does so good, and then she just gets right back into like a very like draining energy. Now, I'm not. My energy is not drained. I'm just saying like she like negatively drains herself. All right, so let's see. Um, this is going to be heavy. Mentally, I'm not in the best state of mind. I feel like I'm going or experiencing imposter syndrome, and that's blowing up in my face. You guys know what imposter syndrome is, right? I'm hoping this feeling goes away because it's not a great one. I'm really in my head. I'm currently searching for answers within, but I'm not finding them. Send me your love. I really need it. I feel like I constantly have to watch my back, not wanting closeness at times, and I know that's a bad habit that I have to get rid of. I have some past resentments that hinder me till this day. I'm forgiving my past, but I was always judged harshly, and I've carried that with me even at this big age. So right now, I'm focusing on me and feeling inspired to tie all loose ends that no longer serve me. I know this will help me feel more connected to my softer side. So it's not too bad. It's just yeah. And I feel like she mention tying loose ends in one of the readings, the channels, or one of the tarot. I feel like it was something like that. Oh shit. Alright, let's see. What does that want to say to IJ? Work about to piss me off. Wait, why? I was wondering where Jess was at. I'm like, did you hear all the shenanigans the people were doing with the act as if? My emotions for you are running super deep. My ego always gets in the way. Adorned by Miguel. Let's Get Married by Jagged Edge. I'm trying to gain knowledge on this connection. I long for your kisses. You complete my world. I'm afraid to open up to you. Yeah, you see, she goes through like those little phases. I'm sorry, I was too immature. I didn't know how to handle your love. Yeah, I love Miguel. I saw him live 2 or 3 times before he like really got popular. This isn't over. I'm coming back for you and have my kids. Okay, she wants to have your kids. She want to get you pregnant. Yo, one time when I used to do like the weekend energy, IJ had got the Empress. Why? Remember when I used to do that, y'all? Like I used to do weekend energy for y'all, or like I would do like the for the month. So IJ got the Empress. Why just gonna say? Just gonna say, oh my god, he's getting pregnant. Oh my god, IJ's gonna be pregnant this weekend. Yo, just be acting like she's quiet, but she crazy. Oh my god, that's the channel used to be wild back then. Yo, just literally was like, oh my god, Jay's gonna be pregnant this weekend. Yo, I lost that day. I lost it. There's been so many times where I'm like, what the fuck? Jess is very creative with the shit she's saying. All right, so next is Angie. Wait, Shay, did you say you sent? I can't remember. I can't. Damn, I gotta grab my water. Where's it at? I thought I brought another one. I'm the same way too, though, Jess. Wait, Jess, why you was saying that? Yo, it was it was the toss of the salad thing. That was the thing that made me lose it on here. All right, Angie, you could post. Um, wait, Jess, why you said work is about to piss you off? What happened? Well, if you want to share. I can't believe I took all that time just talking. Oh. Oh my god, Jess. No the fuck they didn't. Okay, but does that mean you're gonna see your man more? Are you gonna get to see him more? Yo, just remember, you can change anything. Use your head. Use your skills. You got this. All right, got it, Shay. Thank you. Yeah, no, that's crazy. Oh my god, so you may get to see Jay more. When is Prime Week? When is Prime Week? When is Prime Week? Yo, that's funny, Shay. The Justice. These are yes cards for me, and but I also feel like the Nine of Swords is here. The Chariot. Yeah, he's curious to know. Yeah, I feel like he did do it for you, but I'm also getting like, what is this energy I'm getting with this Judgment? Because the judgment for me sometimes feels like, I know this is like a social platform, so this could be like, yeah, for you, but then for also for other people to see it. The Emperor is here, yeah, and I just get the like this. I don't want to say cocky energy, but like this energy of like, I feel like he gets a lot of attention, so I think that's something that he may be used to. So yeah, it's like yes for you, but also because it gets him attention. Um, from like other people. Let me get one more for this Emperor. Yeah, that's a mess, Jess. So, Jess, did you hear the story about the girl that, I guess another coach had told her to act as if, and she came back to, I think it was Nikki. And so she acted as if she started fucking sending out wedding invitations for someone she was not even in contact with. Well, I'm saying from others, so this could be family members because that's how Spirit is saying it. So family members, it's women, yeah, like getting attention from people. But what I'm trying to say is too, with the Hermit here, is like he does it to get attention, but he's not doing anything with that attention. That's why I was like trying to figure out what that is. So it's like this. He's could be someone that honestly could be like in an arrogant way. He likes the attention that he gets, but he doesn't act on it. Does that make sense? Like he's fulfilled with like getting attention, but it's like he's still not gonna act on it with no one. I get the Hermit mode. To me, the Hermit is like very much in their own zone, in their own place, like not really acting anything out with anyone. So yeah, I do get that. Like it's like yeah for you, but I'm getting also it's just like in general. Like he gets attention from people, so he wants that's what he wants. Yeah, you see, like I feel like he's, I'm not gonna lie, this comes off, his energy is coming off as like very arrogant. So I never felt this from him, so I really don't like what I'm getting. It feels weird. Because to me it just kind of showing a side of him where it's like, yeah, like I feel like he gets like all this attention and then just kind of leaves people like on red. Like it's not just you. So I just want you to know that. Um, when it comes to like thinking about you, wait, what was the question? Um, being intimate with you. I feel like he's curious about it because I have the Page of Swords with the Chariot. Yeah, and you got the Devil here. So this is like, a very sexual card. So yeah, he does. But I also feel like when it comes to the Nine of Swords, show me the Nine of Swords. With the Fool. Yeah, just remember I'm only reading energy, so whatever you assume is what it is. So if you're assuming that it was for you, I would just stay with that. The Eight of Cups. Like he does, I think he's still curious about it, but again, walking away from making something happen with the Moon is here. Okay. Why is the Moon here? Like walking away from that. Why? Show me the Moon. The World. Yeah, this just feels like he's like leaving. The energy I get, and we know that you could change whatever, but the energy I get from him is like, yeah, he's curious. He's still very curious about you in that way. Look, the Devil's coming out again. The Devil with what? The Ace of Wands. So this is a sexual card, right? The Ace of Wands. But I feel like it's almost like he's in his mind, like the chapter has been closed. So I don't like this. This is crazy. I feel like I don't know what you've been thinking lately or what. I mean, you change the energy. I always tell you guys that, and like I always tell you that. Yeah, like he's standing like in this energy of like being head over heart. So I feel like he's still curious about it, Ange, but it's like he's not making a decision to come towards you. Like he's staying stuck with where you guys kind of left things off. Um, yeah, being very head over heart. He's not adding emotions here. I don't have any like emotional cards here. So it's like he's not driven by his emotions right now. Yeah, do that or like, change your thoughts around it because I feel like I never got this from him, like where it's like to him in his eyes this has been completed. Like this is like done. But there's still curiosity around you. But like I said, you're the one who changes the energy. Why? Because I was literally thinking yesterday, even that he only cares about work. Yeah, so you got to change your thoughts on that. Remember, I tell you that. I told you what to do. You got to affirm and be mindful of what you're thinking and saying. So, yeah, because this is like, remember, the only reason why there's a separation here is because you're creating it. No, he can't create it. You create it because it's your reality. So, yeah, try to work on that because this is the first time that I've gotten him feeling like, it's done. Or like that like at least this chapter has been closed. That's not to say that he's not thinking about a new chapter because curiosity is still there. He wouldn't be checking for you if the curiosity wasn't still there. Look, yeah, there's like something hidden that is keeping him still interested in you, and I just feel like he's just closed off when it comes to like making a decision to come towards you because he wants to, he's just choosing not to. Yeah, but you gotta, I want to say, and not to like beat you down, but you don't like, I know you want to finish that, but like you need to just be mindful of your thoughts too, because you're gonna finish that, and guess what, like when that's done, what happens? So like if you want to do visualization, then do that, but focus on that like consistently. Be consistent with it so the energy can stay consistent and like he can really come in, because there's still something that you're doing internally that's keeping him apart from you. Either you're seeing it still apart from you, or like you're still more focused on, like your thoughts are not aligning with what you're wanting. And I talk to you about this a lot. So yeah, like the fantasy, like to me I say like do it how you want to, but it's like if you're gonna do that, like work on it consistently, because that's what happens. It's like we'll work on something, and I'm saying we because we're human, but and then we'll just stop and like get lazy with it. And I'm gonna be honest, if you really want it, you're gonna make it happen. I know one of the girls asked me out here like, how do I like persist through like doubts? I just do it because if I want something, I'm gonna make it happen. So if I'm gonna tell you what my coach says and what she teaches, if you don't have it, you don't want it that bad. Because if you wanted it that bad, you will work on it consistently. I feel like that's what I had to get myself out of my own little head too, because I had to tell myself like, girl, do you want it or you don't? Yeah, but you know what, life is gonna life. And I know that like you've been going through some stuff, but just there's always time. Like the gym ride. I mean, not the gym ride. Yeah, even when you're going to the gym, being mindful of what you're thinking and saying. Your train ride, even the car ride. Like, I play my affirmations. I don't even have to say them because they're always playing in the background. So, yeah. But I'm trying to think of this one. Um, Oh my God, what is it that she says? This, I watched her a long time ago, and that always stood with me. I probably watched her when I first um found Law of Assumption. That was a long time ago. Yeah, you have, and the only way it is to change. The thing is this: how you're viewing him, and Shay, you could post your question. You're viewing him apart from you. That's all it is. You're viewing him apart from you, and you have to change how you're identifying. Like either you are with him or you're not. There's no in between. That's why I would tell you, be careful of the stories you're creating in your head, because that's an assumption. So that's what I'm saying. If you're creating those stories in your head, why not create better ones? Damn, Shay, June has just started and you talking about July. Yeah, but like I said, like even if you, cause I don't be having time sometimes. I was just talking about this the other, like earlier today, I think, or right in this live. I don't remember, but like I was saying, like some of my days are hella busy from the moment I wake up to the moment I go to sleep. But I definitely make sure that my thoughts are aligning with what I want. Like I make sure, because at the end of the day, that's what happens. Um, that's what happens, because that's what creates is your thoughts. It's not the feelings that you have. Feelings don't matter as long as you don't create a thought from them. So you don't need to even create a feeling. But when you think about him, don't think about him being too busy or he's focused on work, or even if that was true, but that's just only true because that's what you're assuming. Because whatever you assume to be true is what it is. So yeah, you don't have to take out time, because time is always there. You're cooking, your the time that you're scrolling. They'll tell, like I'm telling, if you watch a lot of the Law of Assumption coaches, they'll tell you, like, if you're scrolling, you could be sitting there affirming. If you're scrolling, you could be sitting there and doing other stuff. Like you're watching, and we watch a bunch of nonsense. That's why I don't watch. Yo, I just saw something. As a matter of fact, let me talk about this real quick. I just watched someone that, I guess he was like this popular TikTok, like guy that's talked about treating women great and all this stuff, right? Like leaning towards the women that just murdered his ex-girlfriend. And this, I think, happened in April or May. And that's what I'm saying. I don't watch none of those clowns. Like I don't. I don't watch no fucking guy that sits there and try to talk about relationship. I don't watch the women. I don't watch the men. I don't watch the nothing. No one is gonna sit here and like. What happens is you start watching people, and then you start creating. That's you're causing even more doubts in your head, because literally, I'm going to live catch up in a while. Oh, all right, Ling. Bye. What happens is you're watching a bunch of, and I'm not saying you, Ange. I'm just saying as a collective, we're watching a bunch of. That's why I don't really scroll on my. As soon as I see something that's negative towards whatever, I just keep it moving, because what happens is you're watching people and things and reading stuff that's creating all these doubts in your head, and then now you're questioning everything about your connection. Like no one is perfect, and nobody is about to fucking tell me what something means, because it's whatever the fuck you assume. So that's why I don't watch certain people. Like I don't really scroll on social media like I used to. I don't watch Ratchet TV like I used to. I don't watch. Sir, I barely watch TV. I'd rather be in my head and like creating shit than to be watching dumb shit that goes against everything that I'm trying to create. Because according to people, it's so hard to be a full time entrepreneur. I have not, God, thank God, and I'm gonna just knock on wood, but I don't believe anything can happen to me for saying this. I have not experienced a financial hardship since I became a full time entrepreneur. Not once. Not once. But if you go on these pages, or even like, with readers, they'll be like, you have to go through all of this, and like, you're not gonna see like benefits come from it for like a few years, and like they no, I said I was gonna be successful in that moment, and that's what it is. So yeah, like to me, it all goes hand in hand. Like a lot of our assumptions come from what our upbringing, the stuff that we're watching, the stuff that we're listening to. I don't watch the news because it's so negative. My mom always asks me, she'd be like, girl, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? I'm like, Mom, I told her yesterday, I think it was. I was like, Mom, I don't watch the news because it's depressing. So I don't even watch politics like I used to. I used to follow politics all the time. I stopped because it's so fucking negative. And it creates fears. And it's like, I don't want to be thinking about shit that don't matter, because in my world everything is perfect. Yesterday or the day before, I talked to someone. I don't even know why I talked to her about it. It's one of my close friends, but I have brought something up, and she's like, well, maybe what she said, maybe you just need to let it go. I was like, yeah, never talking to her about that. And it was about business. I was like, yeah, never talking to her about that shit. Because you're welcome, Ange. I'm not gonna talk to you about that shit, because hell no. You're not gonna tell me to let nothing go. Because you got a limited belief. And you wanna let your part go. Get the fuck out of here. Bye. See, Angie's not like that. Angie just listens to me and she agrees with me. So she literally texted me that. She had texted me about something. I was like, yeah, I was just feeling like this about that. She was like, yeah, I just think we just both need to, we don't both need to do nothing. That's in your world. That's in your fucking world. I'll tell Justin, she'll be like, girl, fight through the fucking trenches. And that's it. Yo, I was watching this old. This was like, oh my God. This is one of like Flossie and them's old videos. This was back in like February, March, where they were talking about like manifestation buddies and how people would drain the fuck out of each other. I had a manifestation buddy before I even found YouTube. Well, no, way before, because that's just found out. Let me not just found out, but when I had my channel, when me and Jess, I was like, oh my God, you know about Law of Ascension? Who do you watch? And I'm like, oh my God, me too. Before that, so I had this manifestation buddy. That bitch was a fucking mess. Every day I had to talk her off the ledge. But not only that, wait, that's what I'm doing with what is her? Girl, fighting the trenches. And you could talk to me about it, right? So how I was taught was like, you guys help each other, you motivate each other. Me and Jess didn't even like, it's not like me and Jess sat there and was like, well, this is what we're gonna do, and you're gonna motivate me when I'm feeling like we just kind of, it naturally just happened, right? With this girl, we were manifesting a lot of the same thing. This is when I was with Jay, so mind you, this is like back then. This girl, she went from being a therapist. Oh my God, where the hell IG at? To, yo, when I tell you this girl was a mess all day, every day, to fucking one of her clients, then the head of the department or of the facility, whatever, the clinic, found out, or like the guy exposed her. It was just this whole mess. And then she got caught drunk driving. So then her child's father got custody of her kids. When I tell you that it was God forgive me, I hope that she's okay, but she was a fucking mess. That I was like, hell no. Like, I just stopped responding to her, because I'm like, yo, I don't even feel like I'm important at this point, because you got so much shit going on. You cannot even help me. Then there was the other girl that bitch was crazy too. I mean, that girl was getting, like, she had guys like spending money on her. Like, I'm talking about like money. She's actually married now. But she used to be she was into like witchcraft, and I was like, that's not my thing at all. Now witchcraft, now we going too far. And honestly, and mind you, these all came from the Mermaid Gang. But a different, yeah, not your loved one, girl. Your loved one is coming in. I know that's right. Yeah, like I don't feel like I'm telling you. I said I stopped conscious manifesting certain things for like I want to say a few weeks, and I never even told Jess. Like I don't feel like I poured into how, like, not bad I was feeling, but I guess because I'm like no, like I know that could be like draining. So I just dealt with it on my own. But, sometimes I'll just be like, oh my God, just like, da da da, real quick. Like, you spend a few minutes a day. Sometimes you gotta, like, just help each other. But especially, that's why I said you gotta find like minded people that are kind of like have a lot of similar assumptions. Um, Yo, that girl was a mess, but then the other one with the witchcraft and shit like that, like she used to do some crazy shit, like, and I was just like, yeah, no, this one is crazy. She cool, but you a little crazy, too crazy for me. Wait, how you stopped doing that one and went back to it? Oh, really, Jess? Yeah, yeah. Cause you kind of sometimes you just be like, let me take a little break. Cause I think that when that's why I said like I want to. That's why I can't wait for the. I'm sorry, Shay. I'm about to get to you. I actually forgot who I was reading for, and then I was like, wait, it's Shay. All right, July reading for Shay. I think it's okay to take a little break as long as you kind of like for the most part you're not thinking so negatively against it. If you're feeling like if first of all if you're feeling burnt out, then you're doing it wrong. I mean, there's no wrong or right way to do it, but if you are feeling burnt out, then you're obsessing, and obsessing is not good either way. Or you could assume that obsessing works for you. I mean, I like being obsessed with my desires. All right, July reading for Shay. The Ace of Cups. Oh shit. She about to get married. She about to get married. It's like, now let me see. But the Ace of Cups is here, so I feel like this is a new beginning in love. Um, I'm also getting a lot of like like an abundance of love. So this could be coming from a bunch of people. Like this could be coming from several people. Hi guys, who's in here? Can y'all like my stream if y'all gonna be in here watching? And do many. I know you didn't like the stream because that number hasn't gone up. Yeah, feels like an abundance of love coming your way. So this could be multiple people. Let's see. Girl, you're gonna get a lot of attention in July. I'm getting a lot of attention, like public recognition, like, but so this feels like attention where, damn, my neck just started hurting. Like, the right people are gonna see it. And when I say this, let's just use an example. The Capricorn. You know how he been doing his little dumb shit? Like, and I'm just using him as an example. Like you being out and or like even like, work or whatever. Like you're somewhere, let's just say you're somewhere where he's at, but you have him like, you're pushing him to the side. He's a side boy. And you have people showing you attention in front of him. So, yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like getting recognition. Ooh, Spirit said getting recognition in front of your haters. I know that's right, Spirit. You better so yeah, like you're gonna get some type of attention or like recognition from like in front of like people that don't like you. Or people that, even like the Capricorn. Look, when I tell you there's a lot of this curious energy around you. I'm getting someone new possibly coming in, Shay, but I'm also getting, I want to say, some past energy that's kind of still on the lookout. You got the Queen of Swords here. You're kind of setting boundaries with people, but I feel like these boundaries, like the being cutthroat, girl, girl, being cutthroat is gonna be more for like past people. The King of Swords is here, so I have a pair. I have a pair here. So someone is coming in. I want to see, is this the new person, or is this the current person, or like past person? Girl, this feels like a past current person. Hold on, is this the Leo? Is this the Leo? Girl, why am I getting that Leo's energy? Show me more on this. Why I feel like you may run into him. These are too many cards. I'm not taking all of these, but like the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, the Queen of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, the Empress. Girl, I feel like you may run into this person, or like you're gonna, I don't know, something with him. Girl, what the fuck? What the fuck? You have, look, the Leo coming back. I feel like he may be coming back. No, I'm gonna say he's coming back, period. Yeah, look. You got 333 out here. All right, 333. So oh wait, you just said all three of them, right? Did you say all three? Oh my god, and I was just gonna say I feel like you have three people coming in. But I literally in that second I forgot that you said all three of them. Yeah, they're coming back in, and I'm telling you, like, I feel like they're gonna be in this energy of like, look, the Empress was, I knew she was gonna come out. This is why you're getting the recognition. There's something that about you that's like bringing them in. Well, we know you're affirming. Duh, you just said that. But yeah, energetically you're bringing them in, but I'm seeing it in the physical world. Like, it's happening in the physical world. I want to get something on this Three of Pentacles. Yo, it's so funny to see that Three of Pentacles, because I almost feel like they're trying to come up with a plan. It's almost like if they were coming up with a plan together, but they're not. So I feel like they're gonna literally come in almost like back to back. Back to back. The Queen of Pentacles is there, so this to me feels like working hard towards winning you back. Show me more. Yeah, today I told myself I ain't fucking playing no more. I played around enough, and I've given people free fucking will, and that's it. I told myself that yesterday. I'm like, okay, I done let y'all party. And by y'all, I'm talking about like all my manifestation. I done let y'all slide, and not even all my manifestation, but you know, y'all know what I mean. And I was like, that's it. Like, nothing in my life has free will. Only me. I said, fuck y'all. Like, no. That's what I'm saying. Those be my inner conversations. Girl, I feel like July may be the month where you can, like, if you're wanting to close out this chapter or these chapters, you can close them out. And I feel like July, I mean, we know time is linear. This could happen now, this could happen tomorrow, this could happen in July, this could happen, you know, a little later. But that will be up to you. You're gonna get to decide. Look, you got three. All threes are out here. All the threes are out here. Three of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Three of Cups. So I feel like if you decide to walk away, right, from one or all of them, they're gonna be heartbroken. The three. Now, I see you after that, like, I just see you working on new manifestations. So I feel like July could be the month where if you want to close out these cycles, you're gonna close them. However that looks like to you, that's what's gonna happen. Like, you're just like, fuck it, like, that's it, I'm good. like we can close this now. But I'm getting you getting what you're wanting out of it. With the Magician, obviously this is your manifestations, but I see you also working on new ones after that. But the new ones to me feel more like you're like, yeah, okay, I could close that out now. I could just focus on new stuff. Can you guys please like the stream coming in? Hi Ashley, please like the stream. I know you guys not skipping that voting thing and y'all not liking the stream. But getting what I wanted before I do. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm getting. I know y'all not look, the 5 of Cups. Show me more. Girl. Does not have to be an earth sign because, you know, I don't go by that. But there's a King of Pentacles here that I feel like he's going to be in a lot of regret. Show me. Is that? Because at first I was getting mainly the Leo's energy. So I want to clarify. Is this the Leo? The 7 of Cups. Girl, it's going to be all of them. Because there's multiple people here. So it's going to be all of them. All of them feeling heartbroken. Girl, I don't think they're going to leave you alone. Wait, give me one more. Who is this coming from? I want to say this is mainly the Leo, though. The Moon, they're not going to say. The Capricorn is the earth sign. Girl, but here goes the fire. I want to say it's going to be him and the fire sign, the Leo. I want to say it's going to be him. I want to say it's going to be all three. But if I wanted to pinpoint by signs, I'm going to say it's the earth sign and the Leo. Girl, they're not going to leave you alone. Look. The 10 of Swords. The 2 of Cups. The Knight of Swords. They feel like you're their perfect match. You're their perfect match. So, yeah. I'm seeing some people maybe putting up a fight. Oh wait, you know what, guys? Close the list. I forgot I was closing the list after Just, but it's all good. I've just got to use the bathroom, but we can close the list. Wait, let me get some oracles for you, Shade. Let's do what's the tea. Let's see what comes out with these guys. Yeah, I meant to tell Jess. I forgot. All right. Yeah, Shade, keep going. You know the vibes. You persist until it hardens into fact, until, you know, it becomes true. Wasting time, stuck, no changes limited. Carless, no car repo, car issues. Dust it off. Yeah, somebody's going to try to renew this connection for sure. I mean, we got 3, so broke ass. Somebody could be hurt in the pockets. Love triangle. Third party. But remember, I kept getting the 3. So I feel like this is clarifying the 3 people coming in. Talking shit. This could be, I don't know why. One of them is going to probably be like, I ain't going to chase you, and then still be chasing you. Look, hustling. Making it rain, focus on money, getting it. So to me, that feels like, yeah, like somebody could be like, yeah, I ain't chasing you, and still going to be chasing you. Oh my God. Crying over you. Sad, hurt, upset, etc. Bad reputation. Look, talking shit. Somebody gonna be like, I don't fuck with her. She fucking crazy. I don't want to be with her, and then be over here kissing your ass, fake flexing. Somebody is fake flexing. So somebody here is struggling with money, but they're gonna act like they're not. Fishing for comments. Ego, her ego getting in the way of the relationship. Look, with the talking shit. Inside scoop, a closer look, nosy, up in your business. Yeah, I feel like this is, I don't know why I get this is the Capricorn. I feel like he's gonna might try to stalk you. When do you leave? When is your when is your transfer official? Uninterested, that's you. And in their head, overthinking, stress, overanalyzing. Yeah, I feel like this Capricorn got it bad. And he may not be like trying to admit it, but yeah. Oh shit, so he may try to figure out where you're going. He gonna pop up and be like, I'm back. I'm here. Like, we outside together. We outside together. Like Shay said, that was beautiful. Oh my god. You're welcome. All right, I'm gonna use the bathroom. I'll be right back. And thank you, Shay. I'll be right back. I'm dozing, so gonna shower and hit the bed. All right, Ange. Bye. Have a good night. I thought you had already left. Calm down, baby girl. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, Jess, you can post. Ling has the list up, Ash. And please like the stream. Thank you. But Jess is, I have 2 questions for Jess, and then it's your turn. So Jess, you can post. All right, so let's see, Jess. How this gym? Yeah, I could see a link. Girl, Jess, remember that guy I told you about from my past? Why he sent me another message? That's so funny to me. That is so funny to me. Not as not. That is funny to me. I'm not gonna lie. I'll be cracking up because I'm like, how is it that I'm so entertained by watching other couples play games? Lately, I'll be in that zone. All right, how does Jim view Jess? Test 1 1. Wait, what is it? How does Jim view Jess? The strength card. I'll be trying to sit in different ways, but it be hurting. Oh, you're asking Jess. Oh, right. She did mention that second question. Okay. So how he's viewing you is very confident, like, but also a little stuck in her ways. Very courageous, very like passionate when it comes to like her beliefs, like your beliefs, like, but he also seems to be very focused too. With the 7 of Wands, I'm getting here, he may feel like there's a bit of challenges with you guys. But I'm also getting with this energy, like, or maybe he feels like sometimes you're defensive and he's defensive. But with this card too, especially with the Ace of Pentacles coming out with it, to me it feels like regardless, there's always opportunity for growth here. So, and he feels like it could be on both parts, not just you or just him. Yeah, that's funny, Jess. Look, I the King of Cups is here, so it's like he, regardless, he still has a lot of love for you, and like there's still like a lot of emotions here, right? Again, I feel like he's looking at things from both sides. Um, Taking accountability for his part, but also just being like still pointing the finger back at you. But I'm seeing with the Ace of Pentacles, like there's opportunity for growth here. There's opportunity to like understand each other and more understand you. The Page of Swords. Yeah, you're your own person. I'm the same way too, Jess. I told you that. Like, I told you that because I feel like because I am more consciously awakened than most of the people around me, not just my family, but most of the people around me, I feel like, I do fall back from a lot of people because I rather be in my own energy than to be around certain things because I am my own person. I am literally my own person, and I have done so much in the last 2 years that I've created through my, beliefs, and they've expanded, and they're, just doing things my way, where I'm like, some people won't understand that. Like, I remember the one day, um, my dad had called me. So there was this restaurant that I would order from. So he had called me, and I was like in the middle of like doing some of my bookings. Like I just wanted to finish writing them, right? And he called me, and I was like, yeah, I was like, let me just finish putting my clients down, and then I'll call to order the food. This is only gonna take like 5-10 minutes. And he didn't hang up the phone yet, and he says to my mom, he said, I don't know what client she's talking about. Girl, let me tell you, I finished writing that, and I am really like calm, cool, collective. And I had to address that because I was like, what do you mean with clients? Like, what do I do for a living? And my mom was like, oh my God, like, I wasn't disrespectful, but I was like, I need you to explain to me, what did you mean by that comment? Because what do I do for a living? And I asked him, like, what do I do for a living? And then he was like, oh, I didn't mean it like that. And I'm like, but like, whatever. And then of course no one could take accountability. So then it was like, oh, don't order the food because he doesn't even want it. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm not gonna order it. You're right, I'm not gonna order it. And our parents have just old ways of thinking and doing things. And I remember telling my therapist about it. Mind you, my therapist is, from what I know, she's very successful. And she told me, she's like, yeah, she's a year younger than me. And she told me, because she's an entrepreneur, like, she doesn't work at a clinic, she works for herself. She said that, a lot of her family too act like she's not doing anything all day just because she's not in somebody's office. So it's like an old school way of thinking that they have. And not just with that, this is why we go back to like assumptions that our parents, family, and stuff like that have, that they try to force us to follow those things, but we're not the same. We're not the same. And especially like people like me and you, because even when we talk about tarot, even people in the tarot world are not as awakened as people in law of assumption. And I can say that wholeheartedly because tarot is still somewhat, to me, limiting. Um, and it causes limitations. So yeah, for the most part, like, people that are in, any kind of manifestation awareness, whether it's through law of assumption or even like law of attraction, you're just more expanded than other people, the average person. So yeah, I get what you're saying, Jess, and I feel like you keep doing what you're doing, because at the end of the day, guess what? They've done it their way, you're gonna do it your way. And I'm not saying that their way is always wrong, but you can take the things that fit you and leave the things that don't, basically. With the Page of Swords, I feel like, wait, I think it hasn't been perfect either, him. But now that I'm older, I'm voicing my opinions more and won't do things he wants me to do because it's his house. But as long as I help pay, yes, I will. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, exactly, Jess. The Page of Swords being here, to me, this is like him viewing you as someone that's very curious. Like, he still views you as a child, and I feel like that's never gonna change. You could be 40, he's still gonna view you as a child, right? Because he views you as, his daughter. And I feel like he's viewing you in this light of like, she's growing and she's very curious about things. And I do feel like it is coming in, that controlling thing comes in from like some type of protection. But I do feel like he's acknowledging that there's conflict here, but again, I'm getting room for change. And I even express, it's like whatever. Yeah. Show me the Five of Swords, like the Three of Pentacles. You know you could change that though. Like the Hermit. Oh my God. Yeah, I feel like he sees you kind of like just staying away, maybe pulling away, falling back. That's how he's seeing things. He does want things to work out between y'all, but yeah, he's show me more on this. Makes me pull away when I feel. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, just remember you could, cause I had to do that. I've had to do that. Like we're not gonna be doing that. Like y'all are 100% supportive of what I do, and y'all agree that I am working, cause I am. Like yo, I work my ass off. Like what you mean? Yeah, look, I'm getting room for change. Transformation, rebirth. So I do feel like he's is in this energy. I do feel like in his own kind of way he does feel bad. But he's definitely viewing you as like, I get a lot of protection here, wanting to protect you because you're, I feel like they've noticed. I feel like both of them. Yeah, look, the Queen of Wands with the High Priestess. Maybe they also feel like she doesn't really share much like what's going on, and I think that kind of is another thing, right? I remember, and I can give you an example. My sister, my younger sister, doesn't really open up to a lot of things. Even, let me say, I've opened up to her, and she'll just listen. She's not a person that really gives advice. She just listens, and sometimes you're like, okay, like they're gonna say anything. So now she'll be a little bit more open, but she's very reserved and she doesn't have an opinion, at least not with me. So she'll give like some advice, but honestly she'll just listen. And I've had to tell her like, sometimes I just want to hear your point of view. So I've learned that with her. But they're viewing you, yeah, like maybe they feel like they don't like, especially him, like I think it's more him. He's seeing you growing, and like you're coming into like your own self, and you're being more reserved than maybe you were, the past years, like, or when you were younger. So there's a is, again, it's like how you said, it's like for you it's looking like controlling, for him it's looking like protection. um Yeah, I'm the same way too, Jess. I learned that with parents, I hate to say it. So yeah, I think I'm getting that from him. Like I feel like your mom is more open, he's more closed minded. So that's what I'm getting. But I feel like he's feeling like there is still room for growth here, room for change. And he's hoping for like a new start. Like a new start, yeah. Or at least like something changing for the better. You are, yeah. I don't talk to my parents and stuff about certain stuff. Like I try to keep it to a minimum, and especially with my mom, because she tries to make a lesson out of everything, and it's just like, bro, I don't want, like, right now is not the time. And she don't ever forget nothing. And one thing I learned, don't tell you like anyone about anything you're going through with your partner, unless like you have a trusted source, because people don't forget. People that love you don't forget, and once they hear something bad, that's it, they will remind you of it. And some people don't, but yeah, I learned not to do that, because yeah, no, I don't want to hear it if I decide to get back with this man. That's why when people tell me about their partners, I just listen. I don't emotionally attach to it. Even with my friends, my sisters, like I won't, because the person might change their mind and get back with their person. Alright, how is her mom gonna feel when she tells her? The King of Wands. I'm taking these tests again. Oh shit, alright. I don't know which one of the cards wanted to come out, so we put them back. The Emperor. The Magician. A lot of masculine energy here. Um, I feel like she's gonna respect your decision. I feel like she sees you like you have your eye on the prize. Like you're showing up as the King of Wands, and you're like making this decision to make something happen here. Like you're taking action towards it, and I feel like she's viewing you as like overcoming your challenges. With the Emperor being here, which would be her, she's showing up as like respecting your decision and just being very supportive. The Magician is here, so for me, the Magician is like her feeling confident in you passing. I think that she's been wondering when you were gonna do it again, but I don't think she wanted to ask. No, you're gonna pass this month. Fuck that. We're gonna say that. Then look, the Hermit. Yeah, I think that she's been wanting. I don't know if she has asked you, but maybe she hasn't. But I feel like she's been wondering like when, if, or when you'll be ready. That's what I told you though last time. Just keep going. Like that's your way of persisting in the 3D. Like you just keep going until you get it. Um, and just remind yourself, I fucking got it. Exactly. See, that's a good way of thinking it. You see what I'm saying? Like, nah, if I gotta fucking do this a million times, repetition. Look at it that way. Like you're just doing repetition. Like, fuck that. Like I'm gonna get it. Oh shit, my neck is killing me. Like the 4 wands. You getting that? Yo, I don't know why that came through, but yo, Jay gonna toss that salad. Do it like that. Tell yourself like I gotta pass this. So this man, if I pass this, he's definitely tossing my salad. Like that. Let that be your motivation. You know how I say I'm working out for my wedding? Like let that be your motivation. So you y'all can have sneaky link meetups even though y'all together. The 4 wands. So with the 4 wands, I feel like she's gonna be happy. I'm seeing celebrations too, so I feel like your outcome, you're getting exactly what you're wanting. Your mom has a lot of faith, and like she feels calm that you'll pass it. With the Ace of Wands, again, like taking that action. So I feel like she's definitely gonna be in this energy of like giving you inspiration, like words of like maybe even like, you know, words of inspiration, her own way of affirming to you that you got this. This does talk about potential beginnings, new opportunities for growth. And again, the star, she's feeling very hopeful and very calm. Um, right. That's what you got to tell yourself. Yeah, if I pass this, he's tossing my salad for sure. That's your prize. There you go. That's your prize. Look, yeah. Um, yeah, I don't, I'm getting like you pass and adjust. I don't know. I mean, I know you didn't ask that, but that's the energy that I'm getting. Um, yeah, this is again your way of taking some type of inspired action with with this manifestation, because everything is a manifestation. So that's some real motivation, right? Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I have for you, Jess. It looks good. I feel like she's gonna be very supportive. And I see you passing. All right, Ashley, are you here? And thank you, Jess. Where is IJ? Did IJ just leave us out here? IJ over there saturating to love songs and shit. Say no. All right, Ashley, are you here? Last call. Last call for alcohol. Alright, guys. Well, I'm gonna head out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, I don't know if I'm gonna come on live tomorrow, as a matter of fact. If I don't, I'll definitely be back on Sunday. I'm gonna be like, IJ, what the F you doing?